an unstoppable and advanced mobile fortress. The M1 Abrams redefines power on the battlefield. Today, we're diving into the world of the M1 Abrams, the tank that has dominated battlefields since its debut. It's imposing, fast, and extremely lethal. But is it truly the best tank in the world? Some see it as an indestructible giant that guarantees victory, while others criticize its high cost and insatiable fuel consumption. This American colossus has been praised for its ability to survive in the harshest environments, capable of withstanding attacks that would destroy most of its competitors. However, its maintenance and battlefield logistics are challenges that few overlook. Known for its durability and firepower, it's been a key player in operations like the Gulf War and conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. But today, you'll learn about it beyond its appearances in movies. From its shining achievements to its weaknesses, I'll tell you everything about the tank that has redefined modern warfare. Will you stick around until the end to decide if the M1 Abrams is as invincible as it seems?
What do you want, Tom? All right,
Welcome to Military Vanguard. Let's get started. The M1 Abrams wasn't born overnight. To understand its origins, we have to go back to the 1970s, a time when the United States was searching for a worthy replacement for its M60 series tanks. Advances in technology and new battlefield challenges called for something more modern, more resilient, and above all, more powerful. Did you know the project didn't have an easy or direct path? In fact, there were several competitors. The M1 Abrams directly competed with the XM803, another experimental tank developed alongside it. But the XM803, though promising, simply didn't meet the expectations of the U.S. Army, and the project was canceled. Imagine being that close, only to lose the contract for a tank that would change the history of combat. Development of the M1 Abrams officially began in 1972, and after years of testing, adjustments, and debates, the first prototype, known as the XM1, debuted in 1976. Now, something few people know is that the tank wasn't always intended to have a gas turbine engine like we know today. In fact, diesel engines were also tested, but ultimately, the innovative turbine engine was chosen, making the Abrams the first tank to use this type of propulsion, giving it unique speed and maneuverability compared to its competitors. And what do you think? Would you have bet on a turbine engine in a tank weighing over 60 tons? It was definitely a risky decision, but in the end, it was one of the keys to its success. Finally, in 1980, the M1 Abrams was developed by the United States as a response to the need for a more advanced tank than its predecessors, and it entered service that same year. But this was not the end of the process. The Abrams was designed with a philosophy of continuous improvement. Manufactured by General Dynamics, its first model entered service during the Cold War years. Over the years, it has received multiple updates, such as the M1A1 in 1985 and the M1A2 in 1992, each version more advanced than the previous one, incorporating new technologies in armor, weaponry, and electronic systems. The M1 Abrams is impressive inside and out, but what makes it so special? Well, let's break it down, starting with its armor. This tank is covered with a type of composite armor called CHOBM, a technology that includes layers of steel and ceramic, allowing it to withstand missiles and anti-tank projectiles. Can you imagine being on the battlefield with something like that? Literally, many of the attacks that could destroy other tanks either bounce off or are absorbed by this armor. Let me tell you a fascinating combat story about the Abrams. In April 2016, during intense fighting in the city of Hit, Iraq, one of these tanks became legendary. The Iraqis operating it ended up nicknaming it the Beast. And for good reason. Amid the chaos, this Abrams was the only tank that remained operational, holding its position while advancing through the city. Imagine it, there it was, facing multiple enemy positions alone, destroying combat emplacements and even neutralizing improvised explosive devices. The Beast truly earned its name that day, showcasing the firepower and resilience that make the Abrams such a feared and respected tank on the battlefield. And speaking of its armament, here's where the M1 Abrams really stands out. Its 120mm main gun is capable of firing rounds over 4 kilometers with incredible accuracy. But it's not just about the cannon. The Abrams is equipped with M2 40 machine guns and a heavy M2 Browning 12.7mm machine gun, perfect for defending against air or infantry threats. It's basically a mobile fortress. Another crucial aspect of its design is its track system. The Abrams uses strong, wide tracks designed to distribute its enormous weight of over 60 tons, allowing it to move over difficult terrain like sand, mud, and rubble without getting stuck. This system gives it excellent mobility on the battlefield, and it's hard to imagine something this heavy moving so fast, but that's the magic of its engineering. Of course, nothing is perfect, and the M1 Abrams has its drawbacks. One of the most notable is its insatiable fuel consumption. This tank uses a gas turbine engine, which gives it impressive speed and maneuverability, but at the cost of consuming large amounts of fuel. Its turbine engine allows it to reach speeds of up to 42 mph on the road and about 30 miles per hour on rough terrain. During long operations or difficult terrain, the logistics to keep it fueled can be quite a challenge. The tank can hold a crew of 4: the commander, the gunner, the loader, and the driver. Each one plays a vital role in the Abrams operation in combat. Did you know that inside the tank, the crew members are surrounded by sealed and protected ammunition compartments? This significantly enhances crew safety in case of an internal explosion, which is a game changer compared to older or less advanced tanks. Speaking of its internal systems, the M1 Abrams is equipped with an incredible array of technology. Its internal ballistic computer, for example, automatically calculates firing trajectory by taking into account factors like wind, speed, and target distance. It also includes night vision and thermal imaging systems, allowing the crew to detect and attack targets in complete darkness or under low visibility conditions. Basically, this tank can operate in any climate or environment. Did you know the M1 Abrams has been tested in real battles with astounding results? During the Gulf War in 1991, this tank really made a name for itself. In the vast desert sands, Abrams tanks outmatched Iraqi T-72 tanks with ease. There are stories of Abrams tanks facing multiple enemy tanks at once and coming out victorious without taking a scratch. Some soldiers even reported driving an Abrams that had taken several direct hits, but kept operating as if nothing had happened. That's what makes the Abrams so feared on the battlefield. But not everything that glitters is gold, as we've recently seen the Abrams in action in Ukraine, where it was deployed to support the ongoing conflict. However, even a tank as advanced as the Abrams is not invulnerable. In fact, units have been reported destroyed in combat, reminding us that as formidable as it is, every military vehicle has its limits on the battlefield. Since it launched in the 80s, around 10,000 of these beasts have been manufactured. And it's not only used by the United States. Several countries like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Morocco, and Australia have also purchased the M1 Abrams, trusting in its ability to dominate any battlefield. In terms of price, we're talking about a machine that costs around $9 million per unit. Yes, it's a high price, but many would say it's worth every penny considering its combat performance. If we compare it to other tanks, like the German Leopard 2 or the British Challenger 2, each has its strengths. But the Abrams stands out for its flexibility across different terrains and its firepower. The Leopard may second be more fuel efficient, but the Abrams has a proven combat record that few can match. Over the years, it's received numerous upgrades. The M1A2 version includes advanced electronic systems, improved protection, and the capability to operate in an electronic warfare environment. And now, there's talk of the next generation of Abrams, the Abrams X, which promises to be lighter, with a hybrid engine and even deadlier. Can you imagine what that would mean for the future of tanks? It's incredible to think about how this tank has evolved since its debut in 1980. It's gone through multiple upgrades, fought in wars, proven its power time and again, and today it remains a cornerstone of the U.S. Armed Forces. Looking forward, it seems likely that the Abrams will stay in service for many more years, with new technologies keeping it at the forefront. In the end, what we're seeing is a tank that hasn't just survived the test of time, but continues to reinvent itself and adapt to the challenges of modern warfare. In summary, the M1 Abrams remains the dominant tank in the U.S. arsenal, thanks to its continuous updates and improvements. Since its debut in the 80s, it's proven its effectiveness in combat over and over. Today, it remains a crucial part of U.S. military strategy and is expected to stay in service for many years to come, with new versions like the Abrams X promising to be even more advanced. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the M1 Abrams. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Let us know in the comments what other military vehicles or weapons you'd like us to cover in future videos. See you in the next episode of Military Vanguard. Don't give up. The best is yet to come.